Hello there. I'm currently rereading through the Silmarillion, and I have some thoughts. Specifically, two things. First of all, when I first read through this book, I didn't know the theory of how the Silmarillion is an in-universe text written by people actually experiencing the events. And going through it again, that adds such a interesting perspective to a lot of the events and how it's written specifically as well, where the beginning is a lot more poetic and wonderful, and as it goes on, it gets a bit more gritty and stuff. It's such an interesting and well-written book. The other thing that I wanted to point out was a quote in the first section by Iluvatar, and, well, specifically, it's interesting that they have, is this a direct quote from Iluvatar? Is this like a poeticized version, interpretation of things? Like that's I think an important question and interesting to think about, especially from the perspective of like, this is a world in which the mythology is very real. Anyway, so the quote is like talking about Iluvatar addressing Melkor and like what he's done and his part in the song and stuff like that. And it ends with him saying basically like, there is nothing that you can do that will usurp my intention, my will, and everything will come back to me, and all of the evil you will do will always be used to make things more wonderful, to make things more good. And that's such an interesting like perspective, or like a thing to think about throughout for the rest of this book, of like, well, why aren't the Valar charging into Middle Earth and wiping all the orcs out? Why aren't these like powerful people doing these things that they're little gods that could do everything? And I think that kind of speaks to the core of it, is like, they don't know what's going to happen, but they have faith in the song, I guess, which is really, really interesting. And I don't know, I'm excited to continue reading this book.